Prompting. So we talked about verbal prompting. Now we're going to talk about gestural prompting. Gestural prompting can be anything as overt as, or anything as covert as. We use gestural prompting for students that can read body language. We can also use it if we want to draw someone's attention to something. So for example, if I'd like you to look at this board, I might go, or I could point, or I might have a pointing finger. Really anything. I might even use, you might recognize this from before, I might even use this and put it on here. Really, I'm just getting your attention using typical forms of communication. This can be harder for students that don't read bodies that easily. It can also be more difficult for students that have a visual impairment. Some prompting hierarchies actually put visual prompts and gestural prompts together, which I think can be done. In that case, for me, the difference between a visual prompt and a visual schedule, for example, like this is a visual schedule, but when it becomes a prompt, let's say there was a picture and the picture had some hands and some water. So this was a picture on its own. If you said to the student, it's time to wash hands, and they got up, but then they were wandering in the classroom, then you went and showed them this to them directly, that would be a visual prompt, which I guess would fall within kind of this category of gestural prompting. So this is GP, if you're keeping track of how students are doing with their work. For myself, I usually think of visuals as schedules and helping to support students. I don't really look at visual prompts in terms of the hierarchy for myself, but it is something that others have done. And you can make your gestures as overt as you want to. You can, almost like a magician's apprentice, but you can point at things, or you'll notice in younger classrooms, sometimes they use like a Mickey Mouse pointing finger, something to draw the student's attention, but there's still a gestural prompt. I like to use eyes quite a lot, especially thinking about social thinking theory from Michelle Garcia-Winner, and what am I looking at, and trying to draw the student's attention. So I'm looking at particular things, or I'm saying to or I'm catching the student's attention with my eyes, and then going and seeing if they can actually pick up on those things. You'll find it actually is quite a change, shifting from verbal prompting to gestural prompt. Just because, like I said, it's so easy to give verbal prompts, but we use a lot less gestural prompts than we would a verbal prompt. Verbal prompts come easily, almost too easily, I would say. Whereas gestural prompts, you would maybe use your eyes, maybe use your hands, maybe use your body language moving towards something, but we don't use them as much when we're prompting students.